is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. This is a warning to Robert Passabini. You think you are funny? But sir, you are not. I have notified HR, and if you ever, and I mean ever, stick false eyelashes on my casing again, there will be serious repercussions. These nuts, indeed. Our IP Livecast starts now.
I resent the accusation. Who put these false I don't even know where to get false eyelashes.
No, really.
Rob, you're like a digital Harvey Weinstein.
I come in digital pots.
Sure.
Welcome to our IPL Livecast, folks.
Speaking of these nuts, I just saw Eddie Deezen made the banner of our
You're
show.
damn right. As per your
He's gonna
request.
take a bite out of that pizza.
Well, he's a perfect fit for J2.
When I go to Jerusalem Pizza, I expect false eyelashes.
Yes, there was a very portly waiter who did not give me the time of day at Jerusalem too.
This is
We don't need that to restart.
He got top billing over Cosmo even and Kaya.
Wow.
He's the man of
it's
the
just-
hour.
Yeah, it's just, where does he fit? And right near Douglas Levison and
Same
Phil
guy,
Anselmo,
really.
two people he has a lot in common with.
He's Douglas Levison without scoliosis.
Welcome to the show, folks. It's Rob here with Sid and
Hey.
Darren. We're live every Saturday morning-ish, 11:15 right now. Till we feel like getting off. And we're always getting off when you're listening, baby.
What if
What?
you want to get off during the show? Are you going to just stop the show?
I bet Rob has
No.
touched himself during the show without us knowing.
Anybody?
Look, where's his other hand right now? Where is your right
I
hand
don't
right
know.
now,
I'm
Rob?
just saying.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
I can
they're right
prove
here.
But, I have never even so much as give a little rub during the show. I'm all business.
What about like
Pause.
adjustment?
Adjustment. Let me see. I've pulled underwear out of my crack or something, but I've never had any stimulation.
No, yeah,
arousal.
fair, same.
No stimulation, maybe adjusting my nuts if it's very hot this summer. They're
Rob,
sticking to my
nothing when
thigh.
Odorous took his cock out.
No.
That didn't get any.
That was so
rustling
sad,
in your-
the way he was. He was so
Yeah.
drunk and falling all over himself. I don't see.
It
I mean,
was
I'm
not
not
a
attracted to
sex-
men, but I can't.
It was not a
see-
sexual situation. Not every
Yeah.
flash of a penis gets me
Like-
going.
if the analogous situation happened with a woman, even if she was attractive, I just feel bad for her. I feel like
Yeah, plus I've been in, bathhouses or whatever where everyone's naked. I'm not getting a boner because there's
But
other guys.
that's now where you're you have cocks coming at you all the time. But back then,
that's a good point.
you were much less
No.
experienced in the field of cocksmanship.
I go ahead, sorry, Rob. Field that
That's fair.
question first. and
That's
then
fair. That's fair, but
Feel
no,
that
no-
question.
No difference.
I remember when I was very young, and I don't know, I may have said this on the show, but my mother dated my kindergarten teacher
Oh.
while I was
While
Still
you were in
remember
kindergarten?
this.
Yes, towards the tail end of it, I think.
Was
How
this
old
like
were
a
you when
or
this-
some
what
situation
grade-
where she was just doing it so you got good grades?
I don't think grades matter all that much in kindergarten, but
That's how good of a
Nowadays.
mom she is. Even then, she
She's
was
just very
concerned.
serious about it. Yeah.
it was just a very attractive. She even as a child, I knew that she was a very attractive woman.
No, wait,
So
did we
wait.
go to the same elementary school?
You went? No, we discussed this. I went to
Okay.
a different one than you.
Okay.
So wait,
Uh,
while you were in kindergarten or after you had left kindergarten? This was.
I think and this is, you're talking about almost 50 years ago, but I think while I was at the end of the semester, and then it went across many years after that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a
Like a bit of a
serious,
conflict of
serious relationship. She was over at the crib and stuff and this is where the story was going, is that we ordered Chinese food. I remember one time, and this is my thing when I was 6 or 7, I would run out with my mother to meet the guy, there's a new person, and I would want to see her pay him.
Aw.
And I did that, but she went to pay instead this time. And she was
teacher.
and she was a boozer. She was a very lovely woman, but she had an alcohol problem. And she went out with just a night shirt and underwear into the hall, went to pay the guy, slipped, fell, her whole boob came out. And this poor Chinese guy was just standing there, like not knowing at all what to do.
That's the tip.
Yeah.
That's the tip.
Wait.
That little teacher titty.
The poor Chinese guy. What about you?
What
Well,
about
I've
was the woman
recovered. I don't know
injured?
if the Chinese man did. He's probably long gone.
Was the
right now.
teacher injured?
No,
Or
it was
just
like an
embarrassed?
embarrassing fall. It wasn't like broke her neck or anything.
Wow.
So you said you were like in kinder, so you were like 5'6",
But
right?
this
Like-
was a little into the relationship. This wasn't like I was already out of kindergarten. She wasn't
okay,
my
but like
teacher.
still, you were in single digits. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
right? 8, 10. Did your mom like explain to you what was going on? Was it a little confusing? Because even still, this is like late 70s.
Explain
right?
to me how, like that they're in a relationship.
Yeah,
That was never explained to me. No,
Oh, wow.
I
That's
put
what
it
was going on,
together.
or
I
only
put
in
it together after a
Okay.
while, yeah. But it wasn't. I don't want to get into too much of a long story, but she was raised in the 50s. You know, she's like very much. It was not acceptable to talk about that.
It's just her friend.
Yes,
probably
yes,
described it,
yes. They
so
met-
like, was this your your first exposure to a gay relationship? Is like, did you understand that that
No,
could happen
actually,
between two
no.
women?
No, because she had a lot of gay friends, and she explained to me what being gay is without including it as a personal anecdote.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
that would've been-
I want to be clear, like she was great. She was like a great person, like with a drinking problem. She was not like, I'm not clowning her. I just remembered that incident. Like I really did love her. She was awesome and amazing.
And then what ended up happening?
I think she went back to her ex-husband or something. I don't. It's
no.
very fuzzy. Like, and I didn't get all the information because I think my mother was bummed out about it. But
Does your mom hear you talking about this right now? Is she
I
like
think
an
she went-
earshot? Is that gonna?
She can't make out. Like, but I think she went out anyway.
Okay. Wow.
Should we have her on the show to discuss this?
I'd rather not.
I'm joking. Of course not. Come on.
Save that for the
Yeah.
Patreon, Rob.
I would if that was an option, but
No, I don't think any of us want to have our mother on the show. I can't imagine
No.
the awkwardness of the other two of us.
Well, we've
grilling
had your
one of
mom
our
on the
mothers.
phone on the show.
yeah, that's
briefly.
true. But without her
But
knowledge. Oh no, she was on.
unknowingly.
She did. No, didn't she call in for real once?
No, she
Oh,
thought
am I
she was
wrong?
calling me personally.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking of.
She just thought your number was wide nut.
Yeah.
That's how what a dedicated listener she is. She just got it.
I think
mixed
that
up.
was pre-wide nut.
Right. Pre-wide nut. Pre-nut. How did we get on that? I forgot. It was something else about somebody. Dave Brocky's penis being.
Oh yeah, and then you had a titty pop out.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, in your presence.
That's true. Yes.
Oh,
And
man.
the point of that was I did not, even though I had a big crush on her. Like I thought she was beautiful. She was like a 70s style, like Farrah Fawcett looking.
Oh, wow.
kind of but like,
Okay.
but Jewish. But that was just sad. Like I felt bad. I had internal cringe.
Yeah, understandable.
Did you have
Wow.
boobs though?
Say again?
Did she
I
have
had
nice boobs?
I've seen them before. It was weird. It was like there was like a very not. I mean, I'm gonna act like she was parading around the house constantly like that, but it was like they had a very naturalistic attitude toward that type of thing. So
Mhm.
I had seen that already in a better context.
But not you had you seen her in that context while she was still your teacher?
No, not really. It was
Okay.
gradual. Like it was.
Holy shit, that would be extremely
It was.
fun.
They were. It feel like they were just dating when I was in class,
Okay.
and then it propelled into something.
Okay.
else.
Wow. See, look at that. All you parents who don't want to go to parent-teacher conferences, this is what happens if you show up. You might end up taking the teacher home.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow. Let's say second week in a row we just swerved into something else after talking about something totally different.
That's
And-
this show at its best, I feel.
Yeah. I swear I mentioned that on the show before.
No, definitely.
I don't
not.
remember it.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
fair
I
enough.
would have remembered.
The takeaway of that from me was the Chinese guy's face, like with this bag of food, standing there, like, why did I come to this country?
Did he help her up? Like what?
No, he was like, not even in a shitty way. I feel like he was stunned, like he didn't know what the fuck was happening. It's a little fuzzy, honestly. Like it's literally half a century
Yeah.
ago, almost.
God damn.
45 years ago, I guess, something like that.
Do you remember what it was that she would be drinking? Like, what was her
Hard liquor,
Liquor.
but I don't know the brand or
Mm.
the specifics of what type. But definitely, I think maybe vodka comes to mind. I don't know.
Well, we heard her talk
Okay.
malfunctioned. We heard Shannon talk about the fake eyelashes.
Mhm.
And Sid, you did some deep research over the week. Of course,
Yes.
last week we spent a lot of time on 80s and 90s actor Eddie Deezen, and we stumbled into a rabbit hole of his criminal activity, including harassing a diner patron.
No, a diner waitress. He was
A
the
diner
patron.
waitress, excuse me. Yes, he was the patron because he would come in frequently and clearly flirt with her, and she had fake eyelashes on, and then 1 or 2 days she didn't wear the eyelashes, and he was so bothered that he left a negative Facebook post, a very detailed one, and harassed the woman. But anyway, the man's got to make money, so of course he has his own cameo.
Oh, yeah.
And Sid, you tracked it down. You did some deep research.
Yes.
So
I didn't watch any of these, so I have no prior knowledge of the content, but I have to assume it's going to be fantastic.
I watched one of them. It was well worth going into it.
Nice.
There we go. Here's
Hi,
just the intro.
Eddie Deezen. I'm with Cameo now recording. Call me. I can give you a birthday message, anniversary.
Okay, hold on.
Generic. This is his intro one, right?
This is his intro. But why is he in a Radio Shack or like some sort of a cell phone store? Like, does he not have a video phone?
Maybe he just had to use like the floor sample smartphone to record.
They're all in Radio Shack, Best Buys.
Yeah.
Or mitzvah, whatever you want. Yeah, no, I'll be glad to do it. It's cheap stuff. Call me right now. Call me anytime. I'm free.
Whoa.
Anytime.
Hold on.
Oh.
$30. Okay, it's $30.
cheap.
That is cheap. All right, so let's see.
Okay, pause.
Hi.
Pause.
This is Eddie
So, is his account active right now? Like we could order one?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Rob,
but-
Darren.
Yes.
Darren, maybe I know how you feel already, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Go ahead.
Do you think we could get him to do his version of the Rebecca Moore cameo
I mean, if you really want to, I'm not gonna
for
put a
$30?
stop to it. But well, like this is like I would rather have something a little more Eddie Deezen specific.
Yeah.
But if we start working at eyelashes or something, he's gonna know.
Yeah, well, he
What our
can't.
scam is.
nothing
He'll
like
reject
that,
that
yeah.
one. Yeah. The one thing
Well-
he won't say for money is
Yeah, despunk those balls. He will gladly say eyelashes. No, that's fucking serious.
I'm in enough trouble already. I can't make a cameo about eyelashes.
All right, play.
Hi. Hey,
Hi.
this is Eddie Deezen. This is a cameo video for a great guy named Jackson. Hello, Jackson. How are you? Good morning. I'm just getting up. I just woke up, and I'm going to make you this cameo video about War Games. War Games was one of the best movies I ever did, I think, in my own opinion. It's a great movie, kind of a classic.
For like 7 minutes.
Okay. I was directed by a man
Jesus.
named Marty Brest in War Games. Now, I know it says, what's the man's name?
Oh, wow.
Can you pick your nose after the
John
cameo,
Badham.
please?
John
They're picking those with a big Jewish ring on his finger.
I had a big gold nugget in there. I hope you don't mind.
man's name,
Oh, he's still going. Jesus.
John Badham. John Badham.
Ever since
did
COVID,
direct War
it's been
Games.
like
That's
a
true.
mine shaft
Marty
in
Brest
there.
directing. Marty Brest later did Beverly Hills Cop, and he's a pretty famous film. Now, John Badham came in. He looked over all the dailies for 12 days. He was fired after 12 days. John Badham was hired. John
Oh, my
Badham looked
God.
at the dailies after 12 days, and he only kept
This
one
is like
scene in the
Rain
movie.
Man.
Mine. So I lucked out. So the scene I did with Marty Brest is the only scene in the movie not directed by John Badham. It was directed by Marty Brest. I've never even met John Badham. People ask me, what was John Badham like to work for? And I say I never.
Nobody
met the guy,
asks
So
you.
my director was Marty Brest. Marty Brest was a fair director.
Would
not
you
the
guys
best.
say that he's
not
got an
necessarily the nice man, but
exceptionally
he was-
wide mouth?
Yes. It's like the Joker.
Exactly where he goes, Eddie, we're going to go for a little walk. He puts his
All right,
arm
let's
around
see
my
another
shoulder.
one.
Rob, do you think he'd be
Hello, this
able
is
to
Eddie.
fit your entire cock and balls in his mouth in one shot?
Without
Is
question.
it wide enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone ever serviced you in that way?
Yes, it was quite
Oh,
pleasurable, in
wow.
fact.
How much did they really get in though?
What?
You said the cock and balls were in the mouth at the same time, or did I hear that wrong?
Well, like the entirety of my nuts and then some of my cock.
I
Yeah,
see.
it was, but it was very impressive. It was one person that was able to do it.
Man,
And,
they
and you
have
married
tried
that
and
person.
failed. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Sid.
Go ahead.
Others have tried, yes.
At your request or their request?
It depends on the mood.
No, like half a nut. Get out of here. Back to grinder with you. Get lost.
This is like
People, it requires a good jaw, you know.
It requires a Deezen mouth. That's what it
it's like
requires.
pulling Excalibur out of the fucking stone. It's like
You're
a
looking for
Cinderella slipper. He's just trying to find the perfect mouth.
he's looking for the next king of England.
Oh, would you like King Charles try?
He's already
You
got
want?
it. What does he need to do with that?
oh.
I've already
Eddie
pulled
Deezen,
that
I
sword
played
from the stone.
Froggy in the movie Laser Blast. Laser Blast was my first movie ever released. It was my second
Darren, you
film.
ever laser
I
blast a
filmed
girl?
Grease first,
Yes,
and then Laser
all the
Blast.
time. I put my entire nuts and half my cock into her mouth. And then I laser blast.
Yeah,
Direct-
that's
Damn
what happens
right.
if you can't fit the whole thing. You get laser blasted.
And it's directed by John Badham.
Laser Blast, and then one called I Want to Hold Your Hand in 1977. But Laser Blast was released first. It was released on March 1st, 1978. Well, I was actually only 20 years old when it came out. That was the youngest I ever was to do a movie. Anyway, I played a pretty mean character in the movie called Froggy, but I'll give you one line. I don't remember a lot of lines from it, but I remember.
That's a
"Let's beat his
weird
head
way
in,
to
Chuck.
say that was my
Let's beat his
first
head in,
movie.
Chuck."
That was the youngest I ever was to do a movie.
Yeah. you're
Wouldn't
right.
that
Yes.
mean that was your first movie?
Yeah.
I would think.
Interesting roundabout way to say that.
He's not a very normal, straightforward guy.
It's true.
Yeah.
I play a real tough guy. It's the one movie.
He plays a tough guy.
So I'm sorry. It's the one movie.
I'm tough.
He couldn't even get through the sentence without a coughing attack.
His body rejected the concept of him being tough.
And I kind of deserve it. I play a rapist. I helped
Oh!
my friend Chuck rape a girl in the movie. So
he
that
got
was kind of
typecast.
weird.
That's
Laser
what
Blast took 3 days to film. I remember we filmed out in the desert. It was a fun shoot, and it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to say hi and send my love to a lovely lady named Anna McIntosh. Hello, Anna. How are you? This cameo video was brought to you by Joseph McIntosh, who loves you very much. And I hear you both. You're high functioning autistics, and that is very cool. And I do not want to make fun of you because I admire you so much. I think you're both great, and I'm glad you're getting along in life. And I hope you're happy with this cameo video. I send you all my love. I hope you have a great rest of the year. I hope you have a great summer, and I hope all your dreams come true. And thank you for liking Laser Blast. I hope you've seen the Mystery Science Theater version. I actually like it better than the real movie.
Okay.
The real movie's kind of a sad movie, but it's an interesting film. You know, Kim Milford was the story, was a very nice guy, and everybody in the cast was nice. Chuck, the guy that played Chuck, I don't know whatever became of him. The director was named Michael Ray.
The
He was a great
cameo
guy.
orderer
Anyway,
is like, I didn't ask for any of this. Like,
Yeah.
yelling at
Hi.
the screen. Hey, can you pause it for 1 second? Sorry. I have a small short story about John Badham, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Not involving me, but there was.
I don't
this
think I'd
kid-
ever heard of him before.
He directed Saturday Night Fever. I
Oh
think,
God, really?
And
Wow.
what else? But anyway, I know he directed this movie called The Hard Way, which was with Michael J. Fox.
Oh, I remember that. And James
Yeah.
Woods, maybe.
Yes, and I knew it was
Oh,
about
and he did
James
Short
Woods.
Circuit.
Michael J. Fox
Oh.
was a cop, a actor playing a cop in a movie, and he wants to do like method acting, so he tags along with a real cop, and then
Let's
like
see,
a lot
like,
of James Woods.
Movies. Wow.
But there was a kid in my neighborhood, lived on Coney Island Avenue. Not a kid, he was like older than me, but he had that disease or whatever disorder where you look like a child.
Okay.
And he was like
Andy
30.
Milonakis, his name.
Yeah, yes, like Andy Milonakis, but he looked more like he looked like a little bit like Haley Joel Osment.
Okay.
and he was always in these movies playing a kid, and he was like 30, and he sounded like a Sopranos extra, like he was an Italian kid. Yeah, you know, I did this movie over there with Michael J. Fox. Oh my God. And they were all talking to me like I'm a fucking kid. I'm not a fucking kid. You know, he's like all angry about the whole situation. So he just went off like talking about I work with John Badham. For like 2 hours. We're sitting there in the pool hall talking about John Badham. He was in the movie for like 3 seconds. He's just
Can we find his IMDb page and his cameo?
I'd have to know what his name is. His first name was Mario, but I don't remember.
Okay,
well, so like look up the hard
it's
way.
the hard way. Yeah.
Look up the hard way with Mario. Yes.
Yeah,
Look up
that's
kid in theater or boy in movie theater or something like that would be what it is.
Mario Bosco, boy
There
in
we go.
theater.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he lives.
Oh baby.
I've bumped into him like not that long ago.
Oh wow! Look at this.
Yeah. Well, that's now. He looks a little bit older, but look at him as like in that with the NYPD Blue. He's already like 25 or 30 there.
Wow.
Yeah. Living in that article you clicked on, living an adult life in a boy's body. That was the headline.
That's Rob's favorite DVD series.
Oh.
What is that? Mario Bosco's gender? What was?
Excuse me.
There was an article that called. Go back wherever you were before this. It said Mario Bosco's gender. I'm pretty sure he's a cisgender man. There it is. The YouTube.
He does look sort of like a lesbian.
I could see that, I guess.
In some of these pictures.
A lot of people will ask you, are you, what's your gender?
Gender, male. Born naturally, born a male. Have nothing to hide. A lot of people on TikTok Live X, hey, when are you transistoring? And when are you going to
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When are you going to make the
Well, they asked that. He didn't mess that up.
Well, yeah, he did.
No, he's quoting what the people ask him. It's a dumb joke.
I got
TikTok Live X, hey, when are you transistoring? And when are you going to
transistoring? Yeah. That was right.
When are you going to make the transfer?
They clowned him too.
I was like, am I getting on the bus?
Oh, the transition.
Okay, they asked me, when am I going to transfer my transmission? And somebody came on my live. I was battling the other day. She goes,
this is like Benjamin Button Rizzler, like the other, the other way.
You're right.
What is he wearing?
I don't know. It's probably some bit.
It's like a Dracula tracksuit.
Oh, we're trying to figure out if you're a man or woman.
This outfit.
I gotta tell you,
it says you're
him doing this like dumb trans humor, regressive trans humor is so on brand for what I remember this kid being. He's like he would go into the room and act like he was Leonardo DiCaprio or something. Like I was in a movie. And then like everyone would kind of circle around him because they were not in movies, and they're like, "Oh, listen to him regale them with stories." And he was just like I said, a Sopranos extra. It's so funny to hear him like now. I feel like his voice was lower. It might have gone up as he aged.
That's crazy.
I might be remembering wrong. Who knows? I've been alive a long time here.
You're a man, but it seems like you're a woman. And I go, what? Well, your voice. She goes, but we can't see your Adam's apple. So I took the phone and I went like this. You see it now? She goes, oh, yeah, I see. I go, boof, get the hell out.
Boof.
Okay. We got plenty of Mario Bosco stuff.
Man.
Yeah, let's watch this NYPD Blue clip.
Oh, okay.
Anthony, right?
Correct. You guys want to buy chocolate?
He's like 40 here.
$500 because you know you're not dealing with no rent. And that's how I'm going to transact. It was that, huh?
He looks sort of in the face like the Warriors come out and play guy.
Right?
What do you got, big mouth?
I got plain, pecan, and white.
I'll take pecan.
Depending.
He was older than Dennis Franz in this scene. That's the crazy part.
Look at this fucking
Oh
guy.
no!
See
Clowns
this
in
shit?
costumes.
Yo, what kind of a tag that comes out of a Sha Bing Bing car like this, bro? What kind of car is this, bro?
$20 run. If I would have came with a real car, it would have been a $60 run. What's up, guys?
He really does look like a, non-binary-esque kind of lesbian type character.
Yeah. Did you take the shuttle? What is that, a shuttle car?
Yeah, I took the shitty car. Little bitch.
Look at this fucking guy.
I love this
Yo,
fucking
what kind of a tag
language.
it comes out?
You love what? I didn't hear you.
his language, the
Oh, yeah.
language that he talks, like you said, he talks just like a 50s New Yorker.
Pasta fagioli is for what it's made for. It's named pasta fagioli.
You don't call it pasta fazool?
No, pasta fazool is the Brooklyn stupid lingo. Pasta fazool is the olden days that couldn't say the real word pasta fagioli.
Yeah.
Just like the old days they say
right on that.
mozzarella. What mozz? It's a mozzarella. Ricotta. They would say ricotta.
How about
Wait,
like
the
gabagool? Does that
background,
bother you?
No, gabagool don't bother me.
What a
prosciutto.
sentence.
A lot of
That's
people
a
don't know how
that's a
to
drop.
Gabagool don't bother me.
Gabagool don't bother me.
That's Rob's Grinder headline.
say prosciutto.
It just
They
gets
say
in the way when you're
prosciutto.
trying to clap
It's
those
not fair.
cheeks. It does bother me. Flapping around.
To them because, like, let's say you go into a Mexican restaurant, you're not gonna say arroz con la bichuela. You know, you're not gonna say it like that.
I'm not, but I'm not gonna. I'm just not gonna say it. I'll point to the menu and I'll go, "Hey, señor, yo hablo español." Okay,
Mario, you already
yo
look like a
quiero-
kid, and then you're gonna fucking point to the menu too.
Yeah. I
So,
think because
Grilled
of-
cheese. And
He can get away with it because he looks like a
That's
kid.
the
This is wild.
Wow,
is he
this is-
still acting? Or
I
does he
don't
just
know.
do
I guess
interviews
so.
now talking about
Oh,
Go ahead.
Mario Bosco hanging out with Big Joe Gambino. This is like the meeting of the meme minds.
Wow, look at this.
You want to lose the money again?
Yeah.
How many times are you gonna lose to me, Mario?
Well,
Who's that
hopefully
guy?
one day I'll win it all back.
He's just like a D-rate internet like D-level.
Yeah.
Are they at
celebrity.
Spumoni Gardens?
You know what?
Where
He's
are
like
they?
a he's like a worse to big time Tommy.
Yeah.
Delicious crema di
Anthony.
cafe.
The best of the best.
Favorite parts, meet a lot of new people every day.
Prosciutto, homemade burrata, tomato arugula,
Oh, this is in Williamsburg.
Oh,
This is on Graham Avenue.
balsamic glaze.
Chicken cutlet, broccoli raw, peppers, vodka sauce,
Broccoli raw.
mozzarella, prosciutto, chicken cutlet.
Broccoli Rabba.
Broccoli Rabba.
Broccoli Rabba.
Rob.
One last one.
You want a cap? In Italy, they
Yeah, I
call
like
you.
cappuccino.
You're not supposed to have cappuccinos in here. I need a good pastry. Nice cup of espresso.
Trying so hard.
Again, let's go.
A Little Italy vlog. Oh, it's just this. I thought he had an entire Little Italy vlog.
He
Like,
does. This
If
is
he-
a clip from the full vlog.
But
If
I'm
he
sorry.
was
Like,
the-
go ahead.
If he was a 1980s WWF wrestler, his name would be Little Italy.
here-
Yes.
Here's an 11-minute Little Italy vlog with Mario
boy.
Bosco on the Growing Up Italian channel.
That's okay.
You want a cap? In Italy, they
Yeah, I
call
like
you.
cappuccino.
You're not supposed to have cappuccinos in here.
Perfect ratio of everything. If it don't look like this, then I don't want the cappuccino. Simple as that. Double espresso right here. What's that 3 p.m. pick me up? Mario, what do we got?
So if you're gonna have a canola, you're gonna have cannolis. I'm a big fan of canola.
I love that the insistence on pronouncing it correctly. You know I'm into this gimmick.
I go with the plain shell with the chocolate.
This
I
one?
got an original. I got a coffee.
Coffee.
I got an Oreo. I got the caramel.
The
And I
Carmel.
got a special eclair with chocolate on the inside.
Oh.
And this
Oh, that's different.
is on the house.
We're sharing.
Oh, no,
my
that
God.
was creepy.
Kind of eye problem there.
All right, I want it.
He's a good advertiser. Influencer.
So
I
when was
am
the last
influenced.
time you like ran into this guy, Darren?
I would say probably pre-COVID,
Oh, okay.
but I assume he still lives in the area. I've seen him walking around, but not.
Wow.
Get Mario on the show next time you see him.
Seriously.
This is the second week in a row I introduced some D-list actor to the show as a meme by accident. I didn't even know this was gonna happen.
But this one, like you've been, you had this in your back pocket for like the entire run of this show. You could have talked to us about
It
this
just
guy.
he never popped in my head until like this triggered it. I guess I don't know.
Wow.
John Badham is how we got onto that from Eddie Deezen talking about John Badham.
Wow.
What a chain of a rabbit hole.
Rob, you ever put a chain in someone's rabbit hole?
Come on now. Always take it too far.
You wouldn't put a chain in there. Come on. Maybe one link.
Oh.
I mean, there's anal beads.
Yeah.
But
There are anal beads. It doesn't mean you use them, though. Is that
that's
what you're
true, I
admitting
don't.
to? Okay.
No, I've never used them.
What about anal beans?
All right.
Good. Does a beanstalk grow out of your ass?
Yeah.
You put them in there?
Yeah.
Quick political update. I wanted to share this video. Cuomo being a creep.
Oh, again. I can't believe that. That's impossible.
Cuomo, the disgraced former New York governor, currently running for mayor and leading
Soon
the
to
pack.
be our disgraced current mayor.
Let's say Andrew Cuomo. There's multiple creepy shitty
that's true.
Cuomos.
It's true.
So here he appeared on a hip hop radio station, and
it's great.
Is it hip hop or like Latin?
This is
live. You're right. Yeah.
97.9 La Mega is the station.
Oh, and so there was a Latina host, and this is what he said.
Thank you. I want to know if we have a date.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Thank you. I want to know if we.
That was so creepy. Who's turned on?
He is.
Yeah.
We have a date.
That's the old Larry King, mama.
Yeah.
Oh.
There it is. I'll get it. Hold on.
It's like the save.
There
we
it
have a date.
Mama. It's the same. It's the same.
Here we go.
Can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody.
There's a lot of that in the intro. I was going to play the whole clip of Larry, but there's this dumb guy singing it.
It's Ryan Seacrest.
Is it? I forgot it was him.
Yeah.
It gets to Larry, but whatever. I didn't realize there was all of that preamble. It was Larry King singing Poker Face.
Yes. Or something like that.
Trying to.
What his broken ears heard.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, probably not even. I think they just handed him.
Oh, that's right.
Paper,
it was like doing phonetically the
Poker Face. Yeah. Terre Haute, Indiana. You're on the air. Poker Face.
Rob, you ever tear somebody's haute?
What?
He's not up on the lingo, Sid. Haute is a new Gen Z term for butthole.
Yeah.
Terre Haute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
42-year-old gay. You see, it's like just pack it in.
A gay.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, get it. Just get it.
Of course, it's also a playoff season in basketball. The Knicks advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. And of course, that apparently gives a lot of people an excuse to act like dipshits in Midtown last night.
Is that right? I did not follow this last night. What happened? Please inform me.
I'll queue up some videos, but while I do that, I wanted to play this particular video. Of course, we have lots of wisdom from Fat Joe in the past. Namely, yesterday's prices are not today's prices. This legendary quote.
That's how inflation works. Yes. Thank
you. And he was dropping some more wisdom on the Joe and Jada Kiss podcast.
Oh, someone showed me this at poker. Yes, I did.
And I did want to play this because it's just like it's hard to even decipher what he's saying. So let's get into it, folks.
I'm out there with my family in Vegas. His manager, they gave me some suspect. Suspect for me is I'm not going 10th row. I'm not going 5th row. I gotta be front row.
So you want all the
because somebody you don't like, your enemy, gonna come sit right at
Jess Chisholm?
We call that the Joe Button.
What's that?
Is that the guy he's talking to? Looks like baseball player Jazz Chisholm.
It does. Yeah.
No,
I think it is. Is it?
Is it? Is his
It
name
looks
Joe?
like it.
His
No.
name. The other guy's Jada. It's the Joe and Jada show. So
Well, Joe
would
Budden, but that's
No.
not Joe Budden.
No,
It's not
Joe
Jada.
Budden
Joe
is
is-
no.
Joe
He's
is Fat
talking.
Joe.
Hold on. Oh, Fat Joe has a show with Jadakiss. That's their podcast.
I guess so.
I thought Fat Joe was the guest on this
No.
show.
So maybe
Anyway.
the guest is Jazz Chisholm.
Is
I
it?
think that's who that is.
It does
Yeah,
look
you're
like
right.
that.
It is. You're right. It is the Fat Joe and Jadakiss podcast. So then, yeah, it would be.
Jazz Chisholm, who every time I hear his name, I think Jizzcasm.
Yeah. Oh, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well,
What were you gonna say?
Jazz
Chaz Jism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody you
That's
don't
definitely
like
not
your enemy-
Jadakiss. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Jadakiss is the other guy. Okay, so here's
here's someone asked Fat Joe, how do you dive into the pussy, Fat Joe? He's like this.
Front row.
Ah.
Because
Front row
somebody
he
you don't
dives in.
like your enemy gonna come sit right at, it's that we call that the Joe Button seats.
What is
them second row?
Joe Button. You call
Why is he roasting Joe Budden?
I don't even got
You
a
ain't got a
hood.
hoodie?
I don't even got a hood.
Yo, listen, them second, third row, I can't do it. I
off
gotta
the
sit front row. I'll give you my experience.
What do you call them seats?
The Joe Button seats. Them
Button.
shit second row.
The Joe Button.
We already
seats.
talked about Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
on this show. Now
we got his
Joe
brother
Button.
Joe.
Bro, perfect example. Him and 50 got some shit, and I'm sitting courtside, and 50 comes
He was
sit.
right behind y'all.
Okay, but he's behind us.
Those were still considered floor seats.
Those
if
are
you know
great.
anything.
What does that even mean? Like your enemy will be in front of you, so like you look like a cuck? Is that what he's trying to say? That your
Yes.
enemy has better.
I think
seats?
it's just if you don't have courtside seats, then any random shithead like Joe Button can come sit near you. And he doesn't want to be bothered. By the way,
why do
Joe-
people clown on Joe Budden so much?
Joe Button is like the Benjamin Button of rap. He has a bunch of shitty albums and then one good one at the end. Unlike the real Joe Button, who did that in reverse.
I still only know that one song that was on the Madden soundtrack like 20 years ago.
Which song was it?
Pump It Up, is that what it's called?
I'm not like a huge
Pump,
Joe Budden.
pump,
I
pump it up.
Yeah, that
I
one.
remember liking that first album, but not being a Joe Budden fan or anything. I can't. But everyone says that he's trash now.
He sounds, his voice sounds like, was it Craig Mack? Is that who I'm thinking of? The
Yeah.
Flavor in Your Ear guy?
Here come
Sound
the
like the same
band
guy.
new flavor in your ear.
Did he just like rebrand?
They don't look anything alike.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
Yeah,
I didn't know
B
that.
is AA and BB.
I'm not
He
trying
was
to be
in-
disrespectful, but the man had a little something going on with 50, and why God put 50 Cent front row and he's in like third row? Like
Oh,
that
God
would bother
did it.
me if I was Joe Button.
I don't think it was Joe Budden.
He's adding letters every time he says it.
It wasn't God that put 50 Cent there. It was James Dolan. That did,
Yeah.
right. The owner of the fucking. Hold on, let's
And it
go
wasn't
back. a little.
Ticketmaster.
I didn't want to step on this.
Why God put 50 Cent front row and he's in like third row? Like that would bother me if I was Joe Buttons. It happened to me before. It happened to me before. When we
Now,
just
listen, if
squashed
he
the
didn't
Joe
bump in the
Buttons
fifth,
is the
would he have
other
a nice-
little person wrestler in 1990s WWF that would be fighting Little Italy. It's Little Italy versus Joe
Little
Buttons.
Haiti. Little Haiti.
Yeah. No, that's the guest referee.
Right. They're all going to get squashed by King Kong Bundy.
Honestly,
He got a
Jadakiss
good
looks
feet,
like he
but the
could be
pro-
called.
Yeah,
He's got a very childlike face.
I see it.
problem is you gotta always expect the enemy might come front row.
Yo, what are you,
No,
Okay, Sun Tzu, Fat
What?
Joe.
Tell you the
Fuck
truth.
outta here.
the enemy will come front row. Look what happened to Joe Button.
that's the only.
What happened to Joe
only
Button? He get
example
gunned
you
down
can
at
give
Madison
me.
Square
Another
Garden?
one.
Okay.
I went to a Babyface concert.
Yo,
Hold up.
all right, let me hear it. Let
I
me
gotta
hear
hear it. I gotta hear
it.
it.
Let me hear it.
I'm going to a Babyface concert.
Oh, I need to hear it.
Oh,
Why
no,
did
what
I
a
cut it out?
cliffhanger.
Oh, I'm sure it's on.
No.
This self-promoting piece of
Oh, sad.
shit. It's on the
Uh,
internet. Google it. Baby
Well,
face. Fat Joe
here was one of
Babyface.
the things happening during the celebration.
God.
yesterday.
January
Ty,
6th.
can I just before we do this, please just pause it for 1 second. I want to give some.
I mean, there's no audio, so you could keep talking over it. Yeah.
I want to give some context here. the Knicks did not just win a championship.
No,
they did not like make the.
Well,
finals.
they won the division championship? No,
They won.
no.
They just advanced past the second round for the first time in like 17 years.
So,
25,
but that's a
25
division. They
years.
won the division. Now they're in the conference finals, right?
No, the division is the regular season,
Right.
and they didn't
Isn't
win.
there
Their
like
division.
some
They didn't win
semifinals?
it.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like the
So-
fourth seed or something.
They won the
Okay.
second round, and now they won their conference semifinal, and now they're in the conference final.
I see.
They beat actually kind of scraped by a much worse team in the first round, and they won the second round of the playoffs, and that is setting the stage for what is about to happen here.
And now, so what they do now, because the seats in the arena for these games are like all over $1,000, so they let the peasants stand outside the arena and watch on a screen. I don't know if they charge you for this privilege or you can just show up.
How can they charge you? It's public space.
But
no?
maybe they have it like roped off. I don't know.
It could be on their property too.
You put it
As
past
you
James
wanna-
Dolan to charge people for this shit? Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's fair. I do want to point out this was Fat Joe last night at the game.
Oh,
front
what is
row.
What?
Babushka.
You wearing a hijab? What is going on?
Straight from
He's-
Brighton Beach.
He's doing the Mama Raba t-shirt design.
And he's hanging out with John. Oh, John
that is
Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
John
Holy
Stewart
shit.
had
Yeah.
a seat in front of him and embarrassed him like Joe Budden.
No, they're probably sitting next to each other.
Is it going to
But
be a
he-
beef now?
Here's some more footage from.
Okay. Okay.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. You want to.
I mean, I guess how do you really control this, right?
Machine gun fire?
I don't object. I'd look the other way. He won. This is I can't get over it. Like you won.
This is
Like
so
in
weird.
Philadelphia, even they tore up the city, but they won the fucking World Series and the Super Bowl, and like
Well, just imagine how crazy they're going to go for the conference. Are they going to win? Do they have a chance of winning the conference?
They're
oh,
the
of course they have a
favorites.
chance.
They have home court advantage.
And they were
Oh.
serious underdogs against the Celtics and won that.
Yeah.
Anything
Hmm.
can happen, but I think this Thunder was fucking.
I think whoever comes out of the West will beat whoever comes out of the East, but the Knicks could for sure beat the Pacers in this round.
Mm.
And then they can climb some more things.
Yes,
Celebrate
exactly.
not winning a championship.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? There was also Timothy Chalamet
Yeah.
leaving and getting bombarded by Knicks fans.
This is very sad for Sid. I know that he likes Timothy Chalamet.
I like seeing him happy. That's like the one consolation in this is that he's happy, but
He's got a million other ways to be happy. He
that's
don't need
also
this
true.
shit.
Yeah, everything in his life is happiness.
Let him experience some failure here in a small way.
I
A
mean,
little
his
soup
whole
salt.
life, all he's experienced with the Knicks is failure.
That's true.
This is
Well,
the best
yeah.
he's ever seen.
so let him continue on that path.
I mean, soon enough, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Like, even as someone who is not a fan of the Knicks, I know this will not last.
I mean, this is the thing, it's like in a way, I did not want the Knicks to win this, but in a way, it's like letting them get revved up to be more disappointed
fair.
when they actually lose. There's
This
a
was-
silver lining.
Yeah. It was very difficult for me because, like, the Knicks and the Celtics are the two teams I root the hardest against in the NBA. So, like, to have to pick a side was brutal. But
It don't matter. First of all, the when my hatred of the Celtics started was like in the kid era, and then grew to when they ripped us off in that trade, and then
Mhm.
Paul Pierce and Garnett were talking shit about how they just went to Paul Pierce went back to the Celtics anyway, and they were all arrogant about it. All those guys are not on the Celtics anymore. Like that, it wasn't really Celtics specific. It was those dickheads.
Well, the guys that the Celtics drafted with those picks that we gave them are the ones that won the championship last
That's
year.
true. But I don't really have anything against those guys in particular. It's just, but I don't particularly like the Celtics either. But the Knicks are like, the Knicks fans are all over. You know what I mean? They're all around me. Like, if I
And
have
then
to-
there's also the thing of the Nets this offseason traded their best player to the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, are we going to build back-to-back championships through guys we trade away or picks we trade away? I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
It's brutal. So the Celtics, whatever, that misery is already locked in. I don't need the Knicks on top of it, which is why I was rooting for the Celtics.
good logic. I agree. support you.
Go Indiana.
So you're saying it's more miserable to be a Nets fan than a Knicks fan?
Only right now.
Yeah, it depends on the moment.
Not like it overall.
Yeah, but I think Knicks fans are more deluded, so they have gaslit themselves into not thinking they're miserable when like you got nothing to be that excited about.
Right. That was my original point on the video. They're fucking scaling like skyscrapers because they won 2 rounds. Like that should show you how delusional they are.
I think a lot of it is just they want to like play into the stereotype. Like ever since that Bing Bong video a couple years ago, that's like the Knick fan stereotype. So now they just act that way because that's what they're known for.
Yeah. And by the way, it's not a fucking Knicks fan stereotype. It's a meathead who lives in New York stereotype.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
And most of those people are Knicks fans because, like, until recently, there was only one basketball team in the 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wanted to move on to something a little
Dusty
more serious.
Roller is asking if the Nets have fans. Yes, they do. You're looking at least 2 of them right now.
I'm a fan.
They have a lot of
I like
fans.
both New York teams.
Yeah, well, that
It's just
doesn't
that
count.
the Nets suck right now. They're not vocal, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we had an extremely good chance at a championship like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
If a bunch of guys didn't get hurt and COVID.
I just want everyone to have fun.
Bullshit. Okay.
You Jiminy Glick?
Yeah,
That's a Marge Simpson quote.
It sounded like Jiminy Glick mixed with Eddie Deezen a little bit.
Oh no!
Oh,
Everybody, I just want you to have fun.
I just want to have fun.
I remember I said to John Badham once.
This story, however, is not fun. It's an unfortunate story. Smokey Robinson, I feel he's in the livecast lore.
Why was he in the background when Chuck Berry was pissing on women's face?
He's the one who bought the camera for him.
No, if you remember, Smokey Robinson did a cameo where he wished someone a happy Hanukkah, but he said Chanukah.
Yes.
And here, let's just.
We should have
Hey,
known
Mark,
this.
how you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Smokey Robinson. I know you didn't expect to hear from me, but I was contacted by your sons, Jeff and Jared, and they told me that you used to live in Detroit across the street from me. And gosh, that's beautiful.
That's creepy as fuck.
How you doing again? Nice talking to you again, I guess. But anyway, you're living in Vancouver now, and they wanted me to wish you happy Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is, but happy Chanukah, as they said so. Anyway, God bless you, Dave. And enjoy Chanukah. Have a wonderful day.
See, you think it's like, oh, man.
I'm pretty sure I said this at the time, but like, how do you grow up in this country and not know what Hanukkah?
Work in the music business.
Yeah.
Come on.
You don't have to be Jewish to know what Hanukkah.
Yeah.
I have to think it's because he's probably just never seen it written down. He's only heard it
Yeah,
said.
that's fair.
That has to be what it is. I can't
hope
think of any
also-
other explanation.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So, less fun news about Smokey Robinson.
Right.
Let's hear this news report.
He likes false eyelashes.
Robinson,
No.
accused of rape and assault.
That
No.
complaint just filed in LA Superior Court by 4 women who all worked as housekeepers for the Motown legend. They're now seeking millions of dollars in damages. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell is live in downtown LA with more on these allegations. Josh?
God damn it, Smokey.
And David and Giovanna, extremely disturbing allegations against Smokey Robinson and his wife, Frances
And his
Robinson,
wife.
saying that these allegations took place at their Chatsworth home. Now, the complaint was filed earlier today in Los Angeles Superior Court, and the accusations include sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, and a hostile work environment, and failure to pay minimum wage and overtime, among other accusations.
Sexual
Smokey
battery, that's
Robinson,
what you
the
put in a
legendary
fleshlight, right?
R&B singer who was the frontman of the Motown
Fleshlights
group, The
don't require
Miracles,
batteries.
has been accused
What?
of rape
How do
dating
they
back
light up?
years by 4 former housekeepers.
They don't light up. Get out of here.
Don't they? I thought some of them do.
No. Why would no?
Why not?
who appeared at today's news
Rechargeable
conference,
still.
but concealed
Okay,
their
just
identities
from
and
the
did not
friction
speak.
causes the,
Much of the sexual misconduct is alleged to have taken place in what
You gotta
attorneys
keep
call
powering it by fucking
Robinson's
it,
blue
like-
bedroom, but also in parts of his home, like the garage and laundry room, which do not have cameras. The
Oh.
attorneys for the former housekeepers believe Robinson's wife, Frances, knew about the sexual misconduct but didn't engage in it herself.
Oh.
Rather, she's accused of being complicit in the unfair labor practices portion of the lawsuit and also causing these women emotional distress.
What he would do was summons her to his blue bedroom after having just showered. He would come out of the adjoining
bet he
bathroom
would.
naked and proceed to
summons
force
her?
her to have sex with him against
Fat
her
Joe
will.
problem of
We
adding
believe
letters.
that Mr. Robinson is a serial and sick rapist that must be stopped. These
Oh,
women
no.
were all low wage earners living
Load.
from
Load
paycheck to
earners.
paycheck.
Oh no.
They all feared missing a payday and not being able to pay their rent or buy food for their families.
Oh, that's fired up.
Also, Smokey's Robinson celebrity status intimidated them and all made them feel powerless.
Makes sense.
Now, the filing of this lawsuit
Were all
does not
these-
prompt
hold
an
on, Rob,
investigation
pause
by
it.
police. We're told that
Were all these women like 62 that they knew who he was as a celebrity to be?
Well,
afraid of him?
I assume they knew he was rich. At least he probably lived in a mansion.
Yeah,
so.
fair enough. Fair enough. Was he raping anyone during that
women would
Chinooka
have to
video?
Oh no!
Off camera?
God, he had his dick out. You could just
go to
couldn't see below
police
the
to
camera.
report a crime, and their attorneys said that their clients have not done that yet, but that could change. We're told they've
They
been
did.
afraid to report this misconduct, but once they realized that there were other victims, they decided to go public. Now, those 4 former housekeepers, they are seeking $50 million. We did reach out to.
Why did he say that almost like Dr. Evil? They're seeking $50 million. Here, and there's a follow-up.
Oh.
He's now under criminal investigation.
First, we do start with breaking news at 3 o'clock. The LA County Sheriff's Department now investigating sexual assault allegations involving Motown legend Smokey Robinson. I'm Colleen Sullivan.
And I'm Philip Palmer in for Mark Cota-Robles. The Department's Special Victims Bureau has opened an investigation which is still in the early stages. Last week, 4 former housekeepers filed a lawsuit accusing Robinson of sexual assault. Robinson's attorney released a new statement today saying Robinson did nothing wrong, and this is a desperate attempt to prejudice public opinion.
I bet.
Fake news.
So if Diddy at the freak offs had all that baby oil, what's the Smokey Robinson version? It's like Gold Bond, or icy
Baby
hot.
powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that shit is all over his face that he uses
Oh.
to hide his wrinkles.
Yeah, I saw this week that it wasn't just baby oil; it was heated baby oil. And he wanted
Ooh, how did
everyone
you just put it
glistening.
like under a heat lamp, or how do you do that?
What's
It would, yeah, like he would get like a kiddie pool and fill it with baby oil, and it would be preheated. Yeah, I guess.
But
Maybe
what-
microwave it.
What's the benefits of having heated versus unheated baby?
I guess you're more glistening that way. It's like a little. It's more melty. I don't know.
Rob, did you test that out in your personal life and report back next week?
I mean,
I
the
don't
guy
mind a little glisten, but
the guy did oversee a lot of very glisteny, like high budget music videos, such as
true.
Biggie Smalls, where they're on the ocean there with the crane shots and everything. He knows what looks good. At least we can say that. Rapist, sure, but
Yes.
good aesthetics.
With taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him through the bars?
Yeah, Rob, have you visited?
Got an update?
I haven't seen him. I keep driving by and I wonder, but
Are there
No.
any public facing like cell windows or anything like that?
there are windows, but they're too high up to like really see anything.
And they give on like a cell or like the offices or something.
Like I said, I can't see.
I
so
think
don't
the
know.
cells.
I think
Oh,
it's the
wow.
cells though, because there were like I remember a year or two ago, like the ACs or something were broken in the prison, and there were like prison protests, and you could hear people screaming through the windows.
Wow. Crazy.
It is not a fun detention center.
That's wild though that they like people have done like Ghislaine Maxwell running child sex trafficking ring and stuff like that. And they let them have a window to look out onto Atlantic Avenue. Like that's, you know,
It's not Atlantic. No, it's
got into a parking lot.
Where is
yeah,
it?
it's
I
in
don't
the
know where
parking
it is.
lot.
It's like by Industry City.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You look
all
at,
right.
you could see like the Hudson, maybe.
I didn't realize I was that far deep into like the industrial area.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they should be like, you know, under the jail. Some of these people get a sub basement going.
But that's the thing. How do you determine? Because who they think should be under the jail and who we think might not align, you know?
Sure, but I mean, like,
But you need a window, right? Like legally, they have to have. Otherwise, it's sort of like solitary confinement. No, you got to have something.
I legitimately don't know the rule on that.
I have to think you need to have a window of some sort.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like at Rikers, they don't have windows. It's just rows and rows of cells and stuff, right? I mean, that's not a prison. That's a holding.
Well, it could be that the windows are in like the common areas too, like their prison cells don't.
And they let them out or something.
Yeah, they have time out of their cells. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't believe it's like maximum security. I do believe you're allowed to like roam around, and it's like Orange is the New Black.
If anyone belongs in maximum security, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Who?
The guy, yeah, because people want to kill him, you know?
I think he is separated from him in particular is separated from the main population. I believe that was a worry. And then like he was complaining because he was sort of put in confinement because that's the only place they could isolate him, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And so he was just like going crazy about it.
Oh, well. Poor guy.
Not at all. He'll be fine, I'm sure.
He's a rich man.
Do you think he's going to get locked up, or do you think he's going to get off?
I really haven't followed it closely enough to have an opinion.
Yeah, I haven't really followed it either. Anytime I check in, it's like so disgusting. I'm like, I don't really want to.
It sure seems like he's guilty, but you know,
yeah,
innocent until proven guilty, I guess. But I mean, he always rubs me the wrong way, even before these revelations.
Yep.
Sid, you too?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like a guy that rich and powerful, and they still like have him locked up and not like out on bail or anything. That feels like a different level when you are that level and you still can't get yourself out of jail before you're convicted.
True.
That feels extra serious. Like they're going to do everything they can to lock him up, I feel like.
That's a good point.
I don't know. We'll see. Crazier things have happened. I mean, I guess with these people, you always have to assume that they're going to find a way to get off. No pun intended. But
heated baby off.
Yeah.
I was shocked when OJ was set free. I mean, nobody. I mean, I was 20 at the time that happened. Nobody, and I was in college. Nobody. It was like a slam dunk. It was so obvious from the trial, he was guilty and all that. It was like just we're waiting for the verdict. Everybody knows he's gonna. Everybody knows he's going to prison. It's ridiculous. And then I was in school. Like, verdict came out. Like, what? Like everyone. No, but even if you were pro OJ, anti whatever,
everybody was stunned.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we've discussed this on the show because I remember, talking about my experience, which was a little different, where people were celebrating. Yeah,
you were like 10, right? If I was 20, you were about 10.
I was in junior high school. I remember it, and just our principal got on the mic at lunch and just went, "Not guilty," and I'm like, "What? I don't know." And all the black kids are celebrating. I'm like, "What's going on? I don't understand."
I guess the trial took so long. I was not 20. I was 20 when he killed the people.
And then you were like 36 by the time they got the verdict. That's how long that shit felt like it took. Every day it was on TV.
Yeah, it was on. It was just all daytime television.
And they would break into things that were on to just interrupt them. To soap opera people were so mad about it.
No, I would get so upset about. Oh, I can imagine the soap opera, but like I would be in the summer watching syndication, watching my I Love Lucy reruns, and then they would break into it. A great show, legitimately one of the best of all time. It's completely timeless, always be funny, and I loved watching it. And I would be so pissed.
That's a guy you thought he'd kill his wife. Ricky Ricardo.
He spanked her on the show. On the show,
Butler,
there's an episode where he spanks her.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it's not in the syndication packages because it's kind of dated. You can see it on YouTube.
I wanted to share this other clip from the Joe podcast that Dusty shared in the Discord. And glizzy means hot dog for the old people.
Hey, I'm coming back. I'm coming anyway.
Yeah, you got
know,
to.
I'm a cereal glizzy eater.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
No, I'm telling you, pause. Pause.
Yo.
Pause.
Whoa. Go.
Pause.
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 Yo, come on.
They got to make sure you know I'm not gay, sir.
Everything was going smooth.
Hold up.
What is this? Yo,
Look at the panic in his face.
stereo.
It's so insane how insecure they are about that. God forbid is someone.
But
even
also,
assumes.
Fat Joe's insecure, but also the guys clowning him are like insecure. The fact that that's funny, you know, like all right,
That's an awkward statement to make. Yeah.
that it's an insult. We do that all the time. Oh, really? Did you eat that? You know, but then it's like, you know, it's not bad if you suck the cock, you know. But these guys are like,
we might have to kick Fat Joe off of this podcast.
yes, exactly. No, we know you didn't really suck a cock. We're just making a joke. But if you did, then you'd be excommunicated.
Also, Fat Joe, we could look at you and know that you're a serial glizzy eater. You don't have to tell us. We can tell.
Pause.
Pause. No. I meant I'm morbidly obese, not homosexual.
Imagine he changed his name to Morbidly Obese Joe. Just to get more specific. Yesterday's weight is not today's weight. It's gone up.
Fat cock in my throat, Joe.
Oh my god.
That's his new name.
Oh, he was also talking about locker rooms. Let's see this.
Oh boy.
You know, there's a lot of fat glizzies in there that I'd love to eat. No, I meant like leftover from the hot dog vendor. From the catering.
I'll be back up in that locker room. Now you gotta pull up. Pull up back, man. Come on. Pull up back for revenge. You got to. Because that's what we coming back for. That's right. I'm coming back. I'm coming anyway. Yeah, you got to. I'm a serial glizzy eater.
Oh, there's the context. Now we have the context. Thank you.
I don't know that I have more context. What? But I still don't know what it's
saying. The
about.
Yankees have like good hot dogs in the catering trays.
Yeah, that's what I was
guess
wondering.
So. All right. He loves that Hebrew national.
You totally nailed it, Darren. Fat Joe spoke about the time he performed at Yankee Stadium and freaked out when he just freaked out his co-host when he described his love of hot dogs. I performed last year. Oh, that's right. He performed during like the World Series, right?
Yeah,
remember?
I remember.
And it sounded terrible. Fat Joe said
Big shocker there.
Wow.
And that makes sense because of Chaz Chisholm.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something. Before I got on the field, I was inside the locker room. You realize how rich the Yankees are. They got a baseball field inside the baseball field. I stunk up the place, man. They don't want me back in that locker room. You know, I'm a serial glizzy eater. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so he farted up the Yankee locker room. I would do the same if I had the opportunity.
My friend was telling me he worked at Yankee Stadium. They built it's on some kind of stilts or somehow they have an entire baseball practice field underneath the stadium.
Huh.
Like you're literally under the field.
It's like the Crown Heights tunnels, but for baseball.
Imagine a Jewish player pokes his head out under first base. The first base move.
Stankiewicz is down there waiting. Old timers
next Fried. He's on the Yankees now.
They threaten if you pitch bad, we're going to demote you. We're going to make you live under the stadium with Andy Stankiewicz.
Oh no.
Stanky the Yankee. You remember they used to say?
Sure. That was the glory days when the Yankees are horrible every single year. And Steve Sachs, fucking Cecilio Guante.
Oh my God.
Bam Bam Mullins.
Kevin Moss. He was the savior. He was the new Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, after 100 at bats, he was great. And then he fucking sucked. That was my childhood. The Yankees were terrible from kindergarten to my second year of college. The Yankees never made the playoffs. It was like nirvana. It was just the Mets ruled everything. Even when the Mets were bad, the Yankees were also bad, and it was the Mets still win because they're more popular.
Yeah. We'll get back there soon enough.
Yeah, I'm not.
We're already on the way.
I feel like it's pretty even now. I don't think it's like. I guess the Yankees hat is much more around. It's like a different branding, but in the world, and not so much.
Yeah, in New York, I think it's closer to 50-50 right now. When the Mets are good, you see just as much, if not more, Mets merch.
Yeah, I agree.
I think a big problem is Mets fans. Like, we suck so fucking bad. We stink. All that booing all our own players, and like it's so miserable and painful to be a Mets fan. And they say that, and then other people hear it, and naturally their reaction is like, "Oh, well, they must really fucking suck if their own fans are clowning them like this." And then it becomes a PR, like a meme. It just goes viral, and then people just assume, "Oh, the Mets are fucking horrible because their own fans hate them." It's like this fake.
I think there's definitely less of that now.
A little.
The tide is turning. I feel like.
I see a lot of it still, but it may be a little.
Yeah, it's a less, but I do think there's the meme of like, oh, being a Met fan builds character. Type jokes.
I see that all the time.
Well, because Yankee fans have no character, so that's fine.
I agree with Sid. It is there. I notice a slight decrease in that, but it's still very prevalent. And disappointing. Be proud of it's a part of you. This is something it's an emotional bond for me. It goes back to my childhood. Be proud of it. It's a big part of my life. I know it's not life and death. I know it's a sport, but it's also a fucking cultural thing. Be proud. Be happy about it.
Just like your Judaism.
There's some flaws in that analogy, but I take your point. Imagine if Jews walked around saying how shitty it was to be Jewish. Oh, wait, they do that. Never mind.
That's sort of what this podcast is.
Yes. I like pastrami.
That's something.
And Seinfeld.
Kugel?
Not the actor, but the show.
I like Kugel.
Kugel.
I
don't like
Rugula.
Kugel. I like Rugula, yes. Kugel, not so much.
Hamantaschen?
Hamantaschen is the shit. I love Hamantaschen. Apricot Hamantaschen. That's my go-to. Don't like the raspberry. What other Jewish foods can we go over here?
Gefilte fish.
Latkes?
Yeah. Latkes. Oh my God. I found a Russian store that makes melt in your mouth latkes. And I have a big dilemma now. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I remember the day actually. It was the day after we did the show. It was a Sunday, I think April 20th. I had some meat from this store. I don't know 100%, but I was like projectile vomiting for like 8 hours, the day to night. And I can't I don't know that it came from that store, but that's the store that makes the delicious latkes.
Oh, well then just no more meat from there, just only vegetarian stuff.
I just feel like bad food prep could permeate anything, and I'm worried, you know what I mean?
It's true, but I feel like vegetarian stuff, the risk, even if you get it a little bad, I think the repercussions are not as severe.
Well, you convinced me.
Yeah, and I think the turnover on the latkes is probably quicker than the meat if they're.
Well, it may not have been that it was old because the food tasted good. It may have just had something in it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know.
Fentanyl.
Oh my God!
I don't think it has that effect of making you vomit.
Delicious fentanyl latkes.
They only have them on Fridays, so I have to wait. Go on
for the Sabbath.
Do you want to say which place this is? You want to put them on blast?
I don't know. Should I?
I'm worried that my mom shops there. I don't want her to get sick.
How about this? I'll eat the latkes again, and if I don't get sick, I'll give them a plug.
Okay.
Next Friday, you
and
go
if you
there.
do get sick, you should shout that out too. Fuck that place.
Yeah.
Then.
Good point. They're on the clock right now.
It's not Domino, is it?
I'm not going to say.
Oh shit! My mom does shop there. Fuck.
They have great gefilte fish. Actually,
Oh,
they make it in house
God.
too. It's good.
It's a great all around store. I'm hoping it's an isolated incident.
Good homemade pickles. This was also sent in the chat. What we need to go over this before we wrap up. Okay. This very live cast Ian story.
Wait, Ian from Lost Profits?
Oh no!
Talk about a crappy situation in Delco.
Oh no!
Splattered everywhere.
So clever.
That is.
Everyone has to be the New York Post.
They say defecated on another driver's car. It's always awkward when news anchors have to say the word defecating, but
is it?
We are tonight. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason
Say
Martinez.
poo-poo.
On too many police say
Yeah, might as well. That's what he's doing.
They're leading the news broadcast with this story. This is the top story. Fucking hell!
That's how shocking it is.
And now your 10 o'clock news. Very serious.
This is what's going on in Philadelphia.
Well, I mean, this is like the least disgusting
The
story.
breaking news is that there was a car not covered in feces. That was the complete story.
Our reporters have found the one car not covered in feces.
Oh wait, sorry, a woman pooped on it now. Damn it. Never mind.
As
they have
we
a
were
Prospect
making this,
Park in Pennsylvania too. Huh.
sure.
They have a graphic that says days without a defecated on car. And it just flips back to 0.
A strange case, to say the least, guys. In fact, so strange, many people thought
Prospect
this
Park.
story was fake. But according to Prospect Park police, the Delco pooper is all too
Oh,
real.
no.
And she's
Rob,
under
you called
arrest
it. You said
tonight.
poo-poo, and they went there.
Can you tell
Whoa.
us what happened?
The lady chased me. She chased me, and I asked her that's what's happening.
Esther.
That is
Yeah.
44-year-old Christina
It's that
Solomon
Delaware
being
Meth
put
Valley
into a
accent.
Prospect Park police car. But you may know her by this now viral video.
Uh-oh. It's uncensored?
Police say the
it's
Ridley
censored.
Park mother is the woman seen getting out of her car and, yes, defecating on the hood of the car of another woman. She's seen getting right back into her black Nissan we saw parked outside of her home tonight.
They were both headed in the same direction. They both lived not far from one another. And the woman in the dark colored car thought the woman was following her, which was actually just going home.
The incident
Oh, my
happened
God.
Tuesday evening near the corner of 4th and Madison, a half a block away from a Little League field where the Delco defecator video has left some neighbors speechless.
Can we get the uncensored
I don't
version?
know. It's been running through my mind all day since I've heard about it.
Just another day in Delco.
Solomon was booked on charges including indecent exposure,
She's so
disorderly
proud of
conduct,
herself. I
and
love
a
it.
misdemeanor.
She's like a little
depositing
toddler
waste
that
on the
just took a
highway.
shit where they weren't
As she was
supposed to.
getting arrested,
100% she has an
Solomon says,
OnlyFans
I
now.
have a
100%
she didn't
guaranteed.
elaborate on the sickness, but the bizarre case has now gotten
Getting
international
DMs. Please shit
attention.
on my
Not
car.
the
Yeah.
kind this police chief wants.
It can't happen in this community. No town wants this to happen in their town. I mean, the recognition.
Dave
of
Madonna.
New York town? It's really unwelcome. We
He's
don't
talking about it like someone got stabbed on the subway.
Now, Solomon appeared in front of a judge tonight. According to court records we just checked, she has posted $1,000
This
bail
guy's like
tonight.
Neil Patrick
guys.
Harris's dad.
Or Conan.
Yeah, Conan's good. I see it.
That's what a story. I love how proud and unashamed she is.
Oh!
So that was quick.
I didn't see the
It
exit
was
of
wet.
the pooping.
Was it?
Go
Yeah, I
back.
want to know. Was it solid? Did it roll off? Was it liquid?
Look, it looks very.
Oh,
there it
she
is.
fucking! Oh my God, that's full on diarrhea on the hood. of the car.
Yeah.
Go to the beginning, please.
Look, you can kind of see.
Oh!
Why? What? So do you like drive directly to the car wash at this point? What do you do?
You burned that car.
If it was
in the
me,
grill.
first thing I do is drive off to the side somewhere, quickly masturbate, and then
What?
car. I just saw a naked lady's butthole. That's hot.
That's true.
What
Is
happened
it?
directly after seeing the butthole? Less hot, but
But
still.
she's not hot. Is it because you saw something you're not supposed to see?
Wow.
A little bit of
You know-
that, but I don't
you
know.
know,
Her confidence
now
is
I-
sort of attractive.
Now I understand the
say.
line of questioning from earlier
What?
with Dave Brocky's dick. Because Sid, if you were gay, I'm 100% sure that seeing Dave Brocky's dick, you would have had to excuse yourself and gone into Noah's room and squeezed one out.
Noah's
'Cause it's just-
room.
or wherever.
I wouldn't have the bathroom. Come on, I'm not going to go.
Well,
into
he
her-
was in the bathroom.
Not when he took his dick out. He did it in front of us. We weren't all in the bathroom with him seeing it. What are you
He
talking
did it
about?
because he had to go pee, so he was in the bathroom peeing. While he
Oh,
was
so
in the
then I would
bathroom
have
peeing.
waited, and it would have probably been even hotter knowing that his dick was fully out in this room moments before.
Was it a nice dick? I don't even.
Pause.
I saw a little shaft, and then I looked away immediately. So
It was just like it was uncircumcised penis limp.
Limp?
So, yeah, of course, limp. Yeah,
of course.
What do you mean? That wasn't a sexual scenario. Yeah, so
could have a
it
boner,
was fine.
Okay.
No,
Could be semi-hard.
it was not small, not like it was fine. It was
Regular.
average size, but you couldn't say either way because he could be a grower.
Sure.
Or could have been. Rest in peace, Dave.
What a the most awkward rest in peace.
He would have appreciated.
He's like stirring in his grave now, trying to contribute to this conversation. But he just can't do it.
Bless his heart.
That fucking shit splatter across the fucking car.
All right, where do we go from there? Let's talk about our Spotify picks, folks.
Okay.
Every week we each pick a song. We have years and years of music in here, I realized. And you can check it out. Just go to Spotify, search RIP Livecast Music Break. You'll find it. And every week we each pick a song. We throw it in there. I picked Party Man by Prince. Prince did the soundtrack to the first Batman movie. And I've been really enjoying going back. Like, if I'm like about to go to bed, I'll put on 20 minutes of one of the Batman movies. I've been watching the Joel Schumacher ones. And I have to say, they're a lot more fun than I remember them being. Like, they're so visually pleasing. The stylization is so cool. The plot is awful. I'll concede that. But
casting is awful. That's my biggest with those.
I thought I thought Val Kilmer was good. I really like Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey.
I thought Jim Carrey was a little too over the top for that movie. But Val Kilmer's terrific. I agree with that.
Yeah.
The one with Arnold
Tommy Lee
Schwarzenegger,
Jones is really good.
That's the
Yeah, that one they really fall off a cliff. But and even still though, the stylization is even taken up a notch too. So
Agreed.
If you watch it with turning your brain off and just looking at the visuals, it's fun. And the first one is awesome too. I mean, it's at such a they're great movies. Easy to go back to. And Prince rules. And his soundtrack is maybe one of the best soundtracks of all time. And this is one of the more fun songs on the first soundtrack, Party Man. That's my pick. Sid, what did you pick?
Well, a news story from this week that we did not cover on the show, at least not yet, was that the Foo Fighters fired their drummer, Josh Freese. He's been in the band
I don't know.
a year and a half and just randomly fired him.
And he's like the go-to studio guy, I feel like. So, like, I'm shocked. He's like,
he's shocked. He posted on social media yesterday, like, they didn't give me a reason. I don't know what I did or why.
Doge cuts.
Yeah, right. But the first Josh Freese came on my radar in the 90s when he was the drummer for the punk band The Vandals, who were like a comedy punk band. And so I just picked a Vandal song in honor of Josh Freese being unemployed. It's a song called Live Fast Diarrhea. Speaking of the fucking Delco defecator, there you go. She was living fast and having some diarrhea, and now we have the song. Darren, what was your pick?
I have a song. Hold on. Are you sitting down? I have a song that is under 10 years old.
What?
And I had this band recommended to me by someone from school. It was a metalhead. It's Spanish thrash metal, Spanish language, and the band is from Spain.
Google.
No, they're from South America.
No.
Susurra is the name of the band, and the song is called Última Oportunidad, which means last chance.
Okay.
And it's like I'm trying to think of a way to categorize it, but it's like very melodic thrash, very melodic 90s style thrash is the way I would characterize it. Could be like a remember Z-Rock? I feel like it's like a Z-Rock type of song. Remember that AM station that we had? And so they would always play like Metallica at the top of the hour, and then they'd have all these kind of obscure bands like deeper cuts, which just get into their rotations. That's how I classify Susurra. I really got into it. This is I very rarely get into like even new-ish. This is 2018. It's very rare for me to like discover a new band that I like. But this
Are they
was really
still active?
I don't know. I didn't really like, do a deep dive or anything. I was just clicking on different songs.
All right.
But very much enjoy it.
Very nice. And of course, we give you the show for free. If you like what you hear, throw a little change in the tip jar. Our patreon.com/RIP Livecast. Donate as much as you want. If you donate $4 a month, you get access to our bonus episodes, which means you have over 5 years of bonus material. Great stuff, including we just watched the documentary about Brian Johnson, the billionaire vampire trying to live. What a weirdo. We also get Sid's weekly television recommendations column. Last month we did a Too Hot for the Main Show episode where we did a bunch of links, including this terrible new Motley Crue song, Weird Dentists.
Yeah,
and,
weird is a word for it, sure.
And ways to label the gays. I always get a little looser with the tongue on the Patreons because I feel less chance of something creepy I said leaking. Then we got a watch along of Joanna Man. Sorry, what were we gonna say, Darren?
I was just gonna say the Smokey Robinson of dentists, but go ahead.
And plenty of other stuff. So patreon.com/RIP Livecast. $8 a month gets you a shout out at the end of the show. Oh, it is right now.
Maybe for each one of these people, Rob, you say how they would express their road rage.
Okay. Let's see.
So it's all just shitting on the hood of a car.
Benjamin absolutely would shit on the hood of a car. Dan R would blast Meshuggah really loud at where the person lives, come to their house late at night and blast Meshuggah really loud. Shasur Sasusits would drive them off the road. Lando Danks would probably just pull out his gun from the glove compartment.
Christ.
I know he really has road rage. He has to work on it.
Shame.
LaCroix, he would have all of those empty seltzer bottles in the passenger side floor, and he would just grab a few and start throwing them at the car that cut him off. Corey and Scotty H, too young to drive. Erin, she would get in front of the car and then consistently slow down, really pissing off the driver behind them.
Passive aggressive.
It's a very good way to do it. And then when they try to pass, then you speed up and then get back in their lane. I've done that a few times. It's fun.
Have you really? Wow. Rob.
No, I haven't done. Not like I haven't done the slowing down, but sometimes I'm just like if somebody wants to pass, I usually let them pass because I'm just like because if you want to speed more than I'm speeding, you're speeding at a crazy rate. That's how I look at it because I'm constantly in the passing lane. Mr. Schmertzler.
You forgot Jeremy.
Jeremy, he's just tired of being forgotten. He's just yelling, I'm Jeremy. I'm in the car lane too. Stop cutting me off.
Jeremy Deezen.
Oh, no.
Mr. Schmertzler, he will get out of the car at the red light, pull out a whiteboard, and start doing a diagram of what the driving move that the person did to them that was incorrect as they drive away because the light turned green by the time he
just to clarify, Mr. Schmertzler did not have a whiteboard. He had a chalkboard, and he was one of those guys. His pants were always covered in chalk dust. He was like the Lenny Dykstra of teachers, where just dirty pants. He's real, just getting in there and mixing it up.
Yeah.
Hustle, a lot of hustle.
I don't give a fuck about aesthetics.
No, go on.
Hardcore.
Douglas, who are you, Levison? We all know what he would do. He would just roll down the window and keep asking, who are you?
Go home and practice.
Slinkies would throw a bunch of slinkies at the other car. Jander, he would probably load up some porn on his tablet and just display it to the other person and discuss them with his taste. And Randy Bliad would just curse them out in Russian.
Okay.
All right. That's our show, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.